henerasyon sabay-sabay nating tatahakin sa pagpapala ng pagkagalingang lumikha. Higit sa pagkakaibigan ng nagbubuklod sa ating mga naririto. Isang pamilya ang ating natagpuan sa piling ng bawat isa. Sa ating pagbalik, mananatiling nakaukit sa ating mga puso ang mga alaala at pangakong ating binitiwan. Hindi tayo kailanman yayakapin ng pag-isa. Bumutawi sa ating mga alaala ng mga taong nakikisa sa ating mga alikahin. Sa gabing ito, sa harap ng bawat isa, itatatak ng ating mga palad ang simula ng revolusyon ng ating panahon.
Before I got into the Congress, while I was on the cab, a lot of questions have been running on my mind. First is that, why in heaven's name did I get there? And then, the second is that, what am I going to do after this? I looked at the building and said, gosh, this is going to be different. As I get to interact with different servant leaders from different universities around the country, I realized that I am special.
You are all very special. Your teachers and your counselors, your president, all of them have seen something, a spark in you, no? That they feel can be nurtured into a lifelong passion for leadership.
What was most important, as I was hearing the speaker speak, was not what they were saying, but rather the context of who was saying it.
The ultimate measure of this Congress' success will be how much positive influence and impact you will create when you go back to your own respective localities.
Like it or not, all of you in this room will be role models in one way or another for the communities you're in. I guess one message I wanted to leave with all of you is that there are no right or wrong answers in life. There are just challenges, problems that need to be solved, issues that have to be done.
Imagine people of 100 or 1,000 times greater than who we were at the time were telling us to give up things, to fight for our country, and to fight for our home.
There's nothing wrong with the Filipino people. There's also nothing wrong with our nation. We're a great people. We are in the best place on earth, principally because it's home. And we should make the best that we can of where we are.
It was surprising not because they're great people alone, but because these people had a lot of other choices, had a lot of other options. And yet they chose the hard life of being a servant leader. And they were asking us to make the same choice.
It is, I want to make a wonderful world out of the Philippines, and I would sacrifice everything just to make sure that it happens. I hope you would share the same passion. The same passion. Do not give up on our country. Do not give up on our country. Please don't.
It's very easy to dismiss leadership congresses such as AYLC as being superficial, as being venues for formulating grandiose plans without achieving anything. But AYLC is different. No, it doesn't push you to come up with big plans or sweeping generalizations on how you can uplift the country. What it imparts in you is that no matter how insignificant the issue you're tackling, no matter how small the advocacy you're pushing for, you are still making a difference.
And believe it or not, gatherings like this, forums like this, in which young Filipinos are exposed to the myriad problems of the nation and are forced to think before their time about alternatives, would be one of the most central solutions to the persistent political problems we face.
let's say, bringing back the trust to your local leaders. You have to help kung sino yung nagkukulang. No?
Because the message we want to promote now is we have to be world-class as a school system.
You've got to have commitment. You've got to have caring. You've got to love what you're doing, and you've got to love who you're doing it for. A warm heart and a cool head. That's what leaders need.
One of the lessons that I was able to acquire from AYLC is that your learnings, may it be from the past or from the present, should never stay in the four corners of the classroom. Rather, your learnings should be shared. You should find means to express your ideas, find means to plan for it, and do something to implement that. There is the involvement of holding on to that starfish, knowing what is it for, and then gradually letting go of it, knowing that somebody would benefit from it. That, for me, is servant leadership.
Make them see what we are seeing. Make them feel our desire to help, and let them see the vision as we see it. And if they can see the vision and they can develop that desire to be a part of that vision, they will care about it. They will give their support for it.
It was mixed feelings. You could really never explain what I felt when I was climbing the pole. I was excited, at the same time nervous. But when I reached the top, it was really a blast. These are the things you would never experience inside the classroom. I learned to trust, to conquer my fears, and to push myself to the limits. And in the coming days, you might face the real challenge, and you may feel weak and hopeless to conquer it. But let us remember the character that we had built during the Congress, our friends, and together we can conquer it.
At madapa man